Jack London, Emeryville, Martinez, Davis, Sacramento, Chico, Redding, Dunsmuir, Klamath Falls, Oregon, Chemolt, Eugene, Albany, Salem, Portland, Vancouver, Kelso, Centralia, Olympia, Tacoma, and Seattle. Once again, Amtrak passengers, Coast Starlight Train 14 is arriving shortly on track 1.
All right, now that that announcement is done with, what's up everybody? Dirty Beats here. I am on my way. I'm at the train station here in the Silicon Valley of San Jose, waiting on the Caltrain to San Francisco to go play in San Francisco tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking some video along the train. Got a little more than an hour ride north. So as soon as I get the phone plugged in to my seat, nice new trains. They're electric to San Francisco. I'm gonna take some more video and talk about a few more things. So I'll see you guys in a moment. So I made it on the train. Hopefully this... Alright, here we go. Audio isn't too bad. I don't know why these new electric trains don't have plugs for passengers. It doesn't make any sense. The old trains, I used to be able to bring my laptop, work on music. I used to be able to bring anything, just kind of sit here at the tables. I do have about a little more than an hour ride to San Francisco. Yeah. Playing a drum bass set tonight at Buzzworks. Just more of a daily vlog. I don't like going up to San Francisco much anymore. I was there recently for a conference and it's just gotten really kind of run down and not what it used to be. I used to live there about 2009 for a couple years, 2008, 2009.
Santa Clara, your connection to BTA, ACE, Capital Corridor, and San Jose Veneta International Airport.
Sorry. I lived in a pretty rough area called the Tenderloin. It just seems like pretty much all of San Francisco now has become that bad, if not worse. When I went up for a conference last week in San Francisco, it was people on the street doing drugs in the streets, pulling down their pants and just letting themselves go in the street. Yeah. So it got a little depressing. I went to San Francisco State for school, the multimedia branch for music production and sound engineering, all that.
This is northbound local train 161, making all stops to San Francisco.
Sorry.
Next stop. Caution. The doors are about to close. For your safety, please stay clear of the doors and hold on.
So that was their multimedia branch upstairs from the Westfield Mall on Market and like 4th and 5th. So when I went through there last week, they have a really great, or was great, like food court down in the basement and attached to the BART train system underground. Yeah, my school was upstairs, the mall was down for like the first like ground level to 5 floors, and then like San Francisco State, and even like IBM, I believe, head offices at the top. So when I was there last week, when I went to walk through, like to go to the food court, and I knew already as of like last year and a little bit before, a lot of stuff in San Francisco, Union Square, Macy's, that's been there forever, I believe since like the late 1800s, is pulling out. A lot of the main stores in Union Square pulling out, which was just a couple blocks from where I was at. Same thing for this mall, like the big Bloomingdale's shut down. So when I walked through, it was like a ghost town inside. There was like 1 or 2 shops open here and there out of like a 5-6 story mall, huge, that takes up a city block. There was the same thing down in the basement. I just turned around, went right back up, went to go see. There used to be a movie theater upstairs. That was gone. Yeah, Bloomingdale's was gone, and there was security everywhere. More security than there was shops, and more security than there was even people walking in the mall. It was like a ghost town. I took a couple good photos. And I said to one of the security guards, he was wearing a suit, and like a hired security guard for one of the shops that was open still. And I asked him, like, when did this place become so barren and depressed? He said, well, you know, it's coming back up now. And so I just talked to him for a few minutes, kept going, went and sat upstairs. It's really nice, like big dome, took a couple of photos. And there was security there that are like, acting like mercenaries. They had canines, they had like tactical vests. One of them had a more than tactical gun, to say the least. And it just goes to show like how bad San Francisco has gotten with crime, that shops leave, they're having like super militant security in the mall with canine units, just because of like smash and grab and people getting robbed broad daylight. So when I went walking to go to my conference, first I went to go get some pizza. One of my favorite places, DnB Pizza, which is actually right next door to where I'm playing at now, or tonight. They ended up being closed, so I'm gonna walk there in front of like the federal building that was like the Speaker of the House, Kamala Harris. The federal building was all the way around.
Now approaching Lawrence.
High fences, and like pointed spikes sticking out. Big federal building. They don't want anybody getting in. All the way around was just homeless, people shooting up in the street, people defecating in the street, just really bad. And I thought, like, wow, it's kind of ironic. I'm not political, but it made me think, like, wow, okay, it seemed like some kind of symbolism almost. Yeah, but I've always loved playing. I used to play a lot of since like the early 2000s. A lot of undergrounds in San Francisco, a lot of clubs in San Francisco.
This is northbound local train. Caution, the doors are about to close. For your safety, please stay clear of the doors and hold on.
At some point over the last like 25 years, I've played at every major venue in San Francisco at one point. The DnB Lounge tonight next door where I'm going was like home base for a long time. I've played many events there. Opened for a lot of great producers there on the main stage. From like
next stop, Sunnyvale.
Got to open on the main stage there for like Nerd Rage and Must Die. All kinds of people there. Cameo and Crooked. yeah. I used to go play at a place there called the Dungeon back in the early 2000s, which a lot of the the F8, Frequency 8, Mars and Mystery, F8 Records, Trance Crew. This guy Jared Magier ran a spot, a great underground spot called the Dungeon, and it had 5 rooms of music, all different genres going on at once. Great underground spot. A lot of clubs. I used to do a Dirty Beats Weekly at the Paradise Lounge in San Francisco, which I know is not around in San Francisco anymore. They had a fire some years ago. I used to go play at 1015 Folsom. Also a club called F8. I played at Ruby Sky once. They're now also shut down. A lot of clubs that have come and gone, unfortunately. Yeah, it's San Francisco, and it used to hold a very special place in my heart, and unfortunately it's
now approaching Sunnyvale.
No, as they say, Nishkit, Lotov, no good. Tonight should be fun though. It's been since last June that I played. I'm sorry, last July was the last time I played at DNA Lounge. So playing right next door will be nice. It's been quite a while. I do have some announcements coming up for 3 festivals, West Coast, Midwest, and East Coast coming up. That information, one's going to be up in Humboldt County. I was supposed to go play down.
This is northbound local train 161, making all stops to San Francisco. Next stop, Mountain View.
Festival.
The doors are about to close.
Just outside of.
Please stay clear of the doors and hold on.
Sorry. A festival just outside of San Diego. That unfortunately got canceled. It was right at the Mexico border, so that one got just a miscommunication. But I will definitely be at that festival next year.
Next stop, Mountain View.
They didn't have any internal. One of the heads of the festival wanted to book me and said, "Hey, we're really excited to have you come play," and he didn't communicate with the rest of the production, including the owner. And then they released all the promotional stuff, and I noticed that I wasn't on any of the promotional stuff, and he said, "Oh, no one ever said you were going to play," which was just, yeah, promoters are horrible. He had literally sent me a message saying, "Hey, I'm really happy and excited you're going to be playing. Happy to come join us. Your first time playing this festival." They've done it for some years. And so I sent screenshots to him of our messages, and he had even sent me a ticket code for for me to promote it, and people to get a discount on tickets to the festival. But then tried to pull nobody ever said you were supposed to play. So I had sent him his own screenshots. Yeah, unfortunately, they're just not together as a production crew. He then sent me messages like, "Oh, let's do whatever we can to get you to come play. Maybe you want to play a silent disco stage." So I just told him, "No thanks. Have a good festival. Maybe next year."
Now approaching Mountain View. Your connection to BTA.
I ended up booking something else. yeah, it's just not fun when promoters are being a pain if they don't have their own internal conversations within their own company. A little unprofessional. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. So I made it to SF, and I got about a 28-minute walk to the venue from the train. I just didn't want to jump in an Uber or anything. A little bit of exercise is good. Yeah. I'll get a little bit of video at the venue, end of the event tonight. I don't have a good microphone with me or anything, but yeah. And then I play, and then gotta book it back, another 28-minute walk back to the train station to catch the last train south for the night, so I'm not stuck in San Francisco. I'll see you guys at the venue. Hey guys, sorry, so I'm leaving the event. I had to cut out about 15-20 minutes after my set because I'm walking to the train. I didn't have a chance to film inside the event. I know a few people did get some photos and maybe some video clips. I'll see if I can get those, and I'll post those also on my Instagram. Man, the smell. So, that's rough. Again, what I was saying about San Francisco. When I came here last week, oh God, it smells like piss and who knows what else. It's so bad I can almost taste it. Anyways, yeah, what I was just saying is San Francisco has gotten so bad. Just people doing their business in the street and stuff, that's a prime example. Anyways, event was cool. It's thrown by Frank Nitty, who's an old school Bay Area DJ and producer. Let's not get hit. Yeah. And one of my old roommates, who's an MC here in California, MC and Hale. So it's a weekly event they're doing, but they do drum and bass monthly. They rotate the genres every week. Next week they'll be doing, like, I believe it's dubstep. The previous week, the last event they had, I believe it was like house and trance. Yeah, that was good. We are going to be planning some events together in Oakland coming up this summer. Let me cross the street here without getting hit. Okay, there we go. That's where I'm supposed to be going. Yeah. I don't know what else. You have to pardon me. I say yeah a lot. Oh, that's crazy. This building looks like a straight out like Miami. All those 80s style glass blobs. Alright, going down Division Street. I'll be right back. I gotta check the map and make sure I can go in the right direction. Alright, I'm back. I had to check where I'm going. Walking under some shady underpasses. Also had to put my phone away. It's because people are kind of watching me with the phone out. It's crazy. So these vehicles, there's nobody in the driver's seat. They're autonomous vehicles. There's a ton of them around San Francisco now. Here's some more coming. Let me show you guys. They have all the sensors. There's some that are little squares. So there's nobody in that vehicle at all. It's so weird. There's little square ones that look like oversized golf carts. And super, like, just boxy and square. And they're also like, they have all the sensors on top. I don't know when. It's a big company. They have like a home here. I saw this also by the train station. I saw that last week when I was here. I think it's kind of like a Uber and Lyft. I'm not quite sure, but I've seen tons and tons of them around San Francisco so far. When I have seen them with people in them, they're either like in the passenger driver side seat or the back seat. And it's just strange when there's nobody in the car at all, and like it's going to pick somebody up or it's going back to its parking station. Really kind of crazy. So this is all new. This used to be just tons of warehouses and industrial. Now it's like nice new, a little hard to see, a brick building on the side, new like loft apartments, businesses. Looks like Adobe has some offices here. It's weird because just 2 blocks that way, there was somebody using the bathroom in the street, and it was so strong, like I had to almost like run out of there, the smell, and just kind of shady. You can tell though, like it's very secure here in these buildings. The one I walked past earlier, the entryway, as you can see, for like these, a very thick steel gate, key fob for the door. There's cameras everywhere. The lobby has security sitting there. Ah, okay, so this is all Adobe. I'm sure everyone knows this company is a big software company. They made Photoshop. It's probably what they're most well known for. The Adobe main building is by me. Oh, there's another one. See, nobody in that vehicle. That's so crazy. There's another one. Nobody in it. Yeah, the main headquarters for Adobe is down near me in downtown San Jose. All right. I need to get like a little handheld gimbal for this recording the phone. Doing more outdoor vlogs, going to and from events. Usually when I'm at home, I just have my little stand that actually in my music area connects to my microphone stand. And that's where you guys are usually at. All right, so here's a lot of the old trains just being stored here as we get closer. The new trains are really nice. I mentioned it before. It's strange that they have, so the train from here to Silicon Valley all the way down is now electric, and they put electric track all the way on it when like these lines on the top of the train for the for the electricity, and their commuter trains, there's a top floor, bottom floor, really nice, new, modern, but not one power plug, which was weird because even the old train cars had a couple power plugs in each car. It was like 2 above, 2 below. But you think, being that this is San Francisco down to Silicon Valley, San Jose, that they would have just more readily available. This is the tech capital. The trains do not have anything like that I've seen. That, like, you know, you could plug your laptop, recharge your phone, anything. Here's a Google building. Oh, don't step on a rat trap. So when I used to live, I lived in Israel for a while. Oh, let's see if this one has anybody in it. Nope. That's so weird. When I lived in Israel, the buses there, really nice coach style buses. I would take the bus from the north to go into Tel Aviv, like about an hour and a half bus trip. And even just the local buses that I would take, really nice Mercedes coach buses to get around Israel, every seat had a phone charger. It's different there, though. Everybody has, more so now in the US, that they're catching up with this, so that people should have cell phones, that it's kind of a necessity. There, it's been a necessity, of course, for safety reasons. When I was going there, I paid, I think it was, I want to say $75. I think it was $25 to set up my phone plan for a whole year. It was, I believe back, that was 9 years ago. The company was called Sun Solar. Super easy. I set it up online, and as soon as I got through customs in Tel Aviv at the airport, I could pick it up there. They swapped it out, their SIM card into my phone. I had an Israeli number. Super fast and easy. But yeah, sorry, I got off topic a little bit. The bus had power plugs everywhere. Again, that goes back to safety, and people, you know, for security reasons, a lot. Family and friends and government alerts, always having a phone charged. Israel is, especially Tel Aviv and Haifa, it's kind of like considered the second Silicon Valley in tech industry. Yeah, you think here in San Francisco and Silicon Valley, there would be a lot more readily available stuff like that for people, laptops, cell phones, tablets. During commuting hours, these trains get packed. Hundreds of people on each train. So that just seems a little strange. All right, almost to the thing. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, I'm back. I wanted to give you guys kind of a first-person view, not so much of myself just talking, just kind of see around San Francisco a little. Also because right here is the iHeartRadio offices. Kind of a sad story. Not too long ago, a couple of years, I think it's maybe been about 2 years now. Very well-known local Bay Area DJ, a radio personality. He had disappeared. He was dealing with some medical issues and really sad. Out of respect for his wife and family, I won't go into too much, but he had kind of disappeared. He wrote a note to his wife saying he can't live like this anymore. Him being sick and his disease has just really affected his mental health too. And they ended up finding his body floating near one of the piers. Yeah, really sad. It was JB in the morning. I'm gonna get my ticket and then go over the train, and I'll see you guys in a second. Oh, I made it to the train. I didn't want to disturb people. We're just waiting. Should leave. It's 11:57. It leaves at 12:05. Anytime I used to go to events, usually still, but for many years, gummy bears were kind of like a vice. Not these ones particularly. If any of them, my weakness is Albanese gummies. It's just something I always had to take to events. I think it was just, it would make me feel more comfortable, I guess. Having something of comfort, like always having a little bit of social anxiety or something. And yeah. So it would just bring me that kind of comfort, especially like when traveling and playing events where I didn't know a lot of people, where I just kind of had met the promoter online. I knew maybe like one or two people just from online that were going to be there, but not any close friends. It would kind of help getting over the yeah, so gummy bears. I brought the Celsius in case I got tired. I knew the security guard at the venue tonight, so he didn't even search my bag or anything. He just, oh, hey. Also an Israeli guy. I met him many years ago at Burning Man, it turns out. So yeah. So yeah, I was able to get that in. I think I'm going to save this for tomorrow since it's already midnight and I want to get some sleep when I get home. I'll be back in San Jose in a little more than an hour. So just after 1 a.m. Probably going to do some work on my phone, some promotional stuff, mostly for the label. We have releases every 2 weeks coming out for the next 6 months. A lot of great producers, which are new to the Deep Legends label. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, really helps the channel, and I'm going to keep doing more daily, or not daily, but when I go out to play events, bringing you guys along with me more, just kind of on the journeys of it. Also, again, if you'd like to support Deep Legends, I have my shop on my website, hats, shirts, sweatshirts, all kinds of stuff. Thank you. This is funny. So I was all this thing about how they didn't put plugs in the new trains. I accidentally dropped out of my pocket my carabiner. I carry a carabiner
For the
with me.
comfort and convenience of all passengers, please do not put your feet or bags on the seats.
I happened to drop it and I went to pick it up and I looked down and there is plugs now at every seat. I happened to see them underneath, so I looked under. And there is plugs at every seat, which is great. Now I know I can bring my laptop or even charge my phone without having to use my external battery. Well, I made it back to San Jose. I'm walking from the train station back underneath the highway here. Through downtown. Back home here in San Jose. Thanks for joining me. Again, I just want to say like, comment, subscribe. It really helps. Trying to build this channel even more. More reviews, more content, more production tips. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I've been getting a lot of new subscribers lately. Yeah, thank you guys again. I appreciate it. Now that I have a lot more free time too, I'm doing a lot more production stuff. So I'll be uploading a lot more of that too. I've been doing a lot of short videos for tips. I've thought about doing some classes. If you're interested in that, let me know. Yeah. Back home in San Jose. crazy. Continuing on the dilemma of San Francisco, San Jose is so much cleaner here in the Silicon Valley compared to San Francisco now. A lot of people say, oh, I don't like San Jose. Why? There's a lot to do here, honestly. There's a great nightlife. It's different than San Francisco in terms of nightlife. It's more like restaurants, lounges, clubs. More like the top 40 clubs. I just almost ate it on the curb there. I didn't see that. Yeah, a lot of restaurants, people kind of going out bar hopping here. Tons and tons of good food. A great art scene. I work with the city here a little bit and some of the nonprofits, playing events for them. South First Fridays. I bring my bus out, set it up, and they shut down like a several block area. I bring my bus out and they'll have me come DJ. So, loud cars. Speaking of that, all the clubs are getting out right now, so it's going to be busy and loud as I walk through here to go home. Anyways, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.